This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. So Alabama's junior senator, Tommy Tuberville. You'd have to watch my video from last week, I believe. That Tommy Tuberville doesn't live in Alabama. He lives in Florida, yet he represents Alabama. That was the joke. I realized in the middle of it that maybe people don't even know, because not everybody watches every single stupid video that I do. Tommy Tuberville was on with, I know that was quite the distraction there. Tommy Tuberville was on with Kimberly Guilfoyle, Don Jr.'s on-again girlfriend. You'll remember Kimberly Guilfoyle used to be the host of The Five on Fox News, one of the many hosts of The Five on Fox News. She was the one at the Republican National Convention in 2020 who was like, the best is yet to come. She's the best is yet to come. Come on, man. She's a real piece of work. Someone who is not self-reflective whatsoever. And apparently she has a show, probably much like this. You know, when I with derision call people's shows their little shows, it's more of a joke because this is a little show. It's not like I have some massive media conglomerate operation here. It's just me in my home studio. But she had Tommy Tuberville on. And look, years ago, I used to say that John Cornyn from Texas was the dumbest member of the United States Senate. And he is a veritable genius by comparison to some of these new people. There's a weird clod from Oklahoma who's about as dumb as a bag of slugs. And Tommy Tuberville's another, just a real stupid man. Now, I'm more military than anybody, Caitlin Collins. There's nobody more military than me, a man who's never served a day of his life in uniform. My daddy was but you're not military. Anyway, now I'm really going off track. So anyway, because he's so stupid, things just fall out of his face. Words and thoughts and theories they just come tumbling out that are just objectively stupid. In this clip I'm getting ready to play, brace yourself. He says, Democrats love, even Democrats. He may have said there's some Democrats, which please tell me who they are. He doesn't name them. But there are Democrats who love Donald Trump because he's protecting the Constitution of the United States, which is followed by a bunch of nonsense from Kimberly Guilfoyle. I guess the best was yet to come. And we're going to talk about it on the other side. Here is a conference of idiots on whatever little show Kimberly Guilfoyle hosts.
And they know that if President Trump goes back in, Kimberly, they are in trouble. And so he'll fight through this. I mean, he's a fighter. And that's the reason people love him across this country. Even Democrats. There's some Democrats that love him because he will fight back for the Constitution and for the taxpayers.
And you bring up such a point, because I've been actually hearing now, from moderates, from liberals, whatever, we do have to fight for the Constitution because the Constitution is under attack in this country. It's under siege. Newt Gingrich has said this, of course, but it's becoming more, broad-based across the spectrum that people are seeing that this is outrageous, especially.
We have a Republican Party. I mean, this is the way it has been for many years, but we especially today have a Republican Party that just talks in buzzwordy catchphrases, like the Constitution is under attack. She doesn't say by whom, from where it's under attack. She doesn't talk about anything substantive about the claim she's making. In what way is the Constitution under attack, Kimberly Guilfoyle? In what way? By whom? From where? How is it under threat? The way I see it, and I think the way the law sees it, is that the only way the Constitution is really, truly under attack where it relates to these matters is Donald Trump. Donald Trump's lawyers are literally making the argument that, look, he may have violated the Constitution, but that doesn't mean he violated the law. That doesn't mean he broke any laws. So Donald Trump, who didn't uphold his constitutional duty to faithfully execute the office of President of the United States, which is in the Constitution. That's in the Constitution. Article 2, Section 1, I believe, is where, one, the second emoluments clause is, but two, where the oath of office is contained. And you have to faithfully execute the office of president and support and defend the Constitution of the United, uphold and defend, or whatever the wording is. And he didn't do that. He violated. So how is he protecting or defending the Constitution while at the same exact moment, in the same breath, during the same day, during the same time, violating the Constitution, not upholding the Constitution? Because if you're not upholding your oath and faithfully executing the office of the presidency, you're violating the Constitution. But the best is yet to come, lady. She's going to have you believe something nonsense. Within hours of Donald Trump his lawyers making the argument that violating the Constitution doesn't mean he broke the law. These people are shameless because they have a dumbed down audience that doesn't care about what the truth is. They have a dumbed down audience that only cares about the political win. One of the most fascinating, tragic, but fascinating elements of Donald Trump's ascendancy into politics was that he awakened, and I don't mean this like a class warfare weapon, but he awakened a political class of individual who never felt heard before, who was never interested in politics before. But because he put his bigotry and his hatred and his venom on display for everybody, it awakened in them, oh, wow, he's speaking my language. He's speaking for me. The bigotry that I feel against black and brown people can now it's been made manifest. It's something that I can now vocalize. That's why across all the metrics that are measured on social media, hate speech, hate crimes spiked after Donald Trump came on the scene. Now, correlation isn't causation, true, and I don't have any research or anything right at my fingertips to back this up, but I think it seems commonsensical that it is, in large part or in some measure, laid at the feet of Donald Trump. That these people who never voted ever in their life, and Donald Trump was the first time, they were animated by his hatred and by his bigotry. I guess I'll leave it there. Tommy Tuberville, Kimberly Guilfoyle. What do you think? I'd love to know. You can leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. You can also email me, daily@dollemore.com. Thanks for checking out my lil show. I appreciate you. If you want to help support and produce my lil show, click the join button below, become a channel member for $1.99 a month, hit the super thanks button, or even better, go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. After that, follow me on social media. If you're on social media, I'm there too, @Dollemore. Twitter, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, TikTok. See, there's too many. I'm repeating them. All of them, Facebook, all of them, @Dollemore. I'd love to see you there. Anyway, I will see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.